I am Wang C. Wherever you see my picture, click on video to hear about grammar. Thank you. Hello, I am Wang C. Wherever you see my picture, click on video to hear about grammar.
Hello. I just wanted to make you aware of a grammar video that's been posted. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I hope that whatever you're up to today, the 24th of May, that you're having a nice and pleasant one. I did take a break from doing grammar videos because Mother to Figgy and I were writing a book. Now that's done and dusted and the manuscript has gone off to the publishers in Zambia, I can crack on with doing what I enjoy most, and which most of you don't like at all. That is talking about English grammar. I want to take it up a notch today and look at something called participle clauses. Going forward, you're going to have more of these videos if you stay on the page. And I'm going to try and keep them under 10 minutes. So I'm going to go at the speed of lightning. And then what's going to happen is I'm just going to post a lot of graphics on here so you can take your time to read them as and when you wish. Now, when I speak about the participle as spelled on the screen, I am referring to the form of a verb that ends in ing or sometimes in the past tense. So a participle is a form of a verb ending either in ing or in the past simple, which we call the third form of the verb. Please have a look at the screen. I am going to directly contrast the participle with what we know as a participle clause. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you have stayed with this platform for a while, you would know that I explained what clauses are way back in March. I did say a clause is a standalone part of a sentence that makes complete sense. Sometimes clauses don't stand alone, but I'm not going to go over that again because it's on the page and it would be too long to explain in this video, and I don't want this video to exceed 10 minutes. A participle clause is a clause that begins with a participle. That is to say, it would start with a verb ending in ing or a verb in the past participle, which I did say was a third form of a verb. I am going to be looking at how participle phrases are used, because I found that speakers of other beautiful languages on here do not seem to understand the rules around how they are used. First of all, we employ a participle clause to show things like the order in which an event took place, the time, the reason why that event took place, or the effect that action had. My first example is going to be with the verb to have in the participle form. Having advertised for poets, I decided I needed to do a grammar workshop. I'm going to go quiet so you can have a look at my example. My next example is going to be with the participle seated, S-E-A-T-E-D. Seated comfortably, Isata went on to polish off her cassava leaves. Now you might have noticed that the participle do not change whether the verb is in the present or past tense. So the verb that the participle introduces determines when the action took place. The participle clause of itself, it remains fixed. So having might refer to something that happened in the past, and seated might refer to an action that also took place in the past. What determines the verb form is what then follows the participle clause. So the verb would be in the, how to explain this simply, in whatever phrase or clause follows the participle clause. So having advertised for parts, I decided. I've underlined decided there so you can see that it's in the past simple. I decided I needed. Needed is in the past simple to do a writing workshop. To do is the infinitive form of the verb. To recap, participle verbs do not change their form to show tense. What they do is they mimic the verb tense that is in the main clause. My main clause is I decided I needed to do a writing workshop. Ladies and gentlemen, please have a look at the sentences. With participle clauses, we have an implication of who the subject are. The subject, ladies and gentlemen, are often the main part of the sentence, and I've told you on here that subjects are usually nouns or pronouns. And I remember I looked at subjects that might be different types of nouns, and I said sometimes they're abstract nouns. Today, my subject in my sentence is the pronoun I. I there is a subject pronoun. If you remember, I have also looked at pronouns in detail on this platform. Having advertised for parts, I decided I needed to do a writing workshop. The subject is what acts on the verb. So the subject is the noun or pronoun that acts. I want to use having plus past participle, Having plus past participle. Having put my hair dryer away, I went on to make my child's dinner. Having advertised for parts, I decided I needed to do a writing workshop. How about if we use a preposition? And I'm going to finish off on that because I want to keep it under 10 minutes. So, after eating, I logged onto Facebook to check my notifications. Since coming to England, I have been to university 3 times. By practicing her dance moves, Ulemo became a very good dancer. Without realizing it, I had lost a lot of followers. I haven't, I'm joking. I've gained followers from Malawi, haven't I? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to end it there because people start worrying about the data as well. And I hope you've benefited from this. Do have a nice and pleasant day.